Hello. Welcome to Rhythm and Rant episode 2. Woo! R&B.
Right,
And this time around, let me get my soundboard. It should be working. Let's test it out. Can you hear that from your
No.
Oh, I have to turn it on.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, you can hear it. I can't hear it though. I can't hear anything in my headset, but if you can hear it, that means I can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Nice, cool. So, today is a very hefty day because there's a lot of R&B artists that are important to talk about. And we did our homework because,
Yes.
yeah. So we'll start off with a genre lesson for those of you who may not be as familiar with sort of the origin of R&B. I nearly said hyperpop because I'm still in that I'm still in that mode. But and thank you guys for watching the first episode. If you did not, you can catch it on YouTube now. We're putting the live edits on YouTube. So genre lesson, R&B, for short, rhythm and blues, is a genre deeply rooted in the experience of Black Americans. While the term was officially coined by Billboard in 1949, its origins actually go much further back to the music of enslaved Africans who used spirituals, work songs, and gospel as a way to express their struggles and emotions. So it was a very deeply rooted emotional genre, how it started off. After emancipation, these sounds evolved into the blues, which became the foundation of R&B, influenced by jazz, boogie woogie, and gospel. Early R&B emerged as a more upbeat, electrified from the blues, designed for dancing and storytelling over time. R&B has continued to evolve, blending with hip-hop, pop, and electronic elements while remaining a dominant force in music. So that's kind of a little bit of a rundown. So for today, I think we planned on starting off with the Korean artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who would you like to start off on? Like anyone who's like who's like your favorite current sort of R&B artist in today's music?
I really like Khalid.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was one of my entry points to listening more to the genre.
Yeah.
I obviously grew up just listening to whatever was on the radio or whatever was on in my house.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was more older R&B
Let me get closer.
groups.
Yeah.
So yeah, in 2017, I think is when I first got a Spotify account. And 2017 was a big year for R&B. I actually made notes this time. So Khalid's album American Teen in 2017 was actually the #1 R&B album.
Ooh,
but
I didn't know that.
A bunch of artists were dropping R&B albums in 2017 with SZA dropping an R&B album, Control, Party Next Door with Colors in 7 Days. We have Jhené Aiko's Trip, Chloe and Halle's debut, Two of Us, Brent Faiyaz, Sonder Sun, her self-titled.
Wow, it's a lot.
Yeah, we have Ty Dolla $ign's Beach House 3, Kehlani's Sweet and Sexy 7, and Daniel Caesar's Freudian.
Wow.
So
yeah, 2017. Yeah, and the difference is now we need R&B to come back around.
Right.
Seems like 2017 was huge. I didn't realize in 2017 all those
year.
came out at the same time. As you mentioned, Khalid with Location, that's part of that album,
yeah,
right?
he was only 19 too.
Hit. Yeah. And Sun City was the album he released after 2018 with Saturday Nights. That was a hit from that one. And then have you listened to Free Spirit, that album by Khalid? That's my favorite album of his.
If I see the album cover,
the
probably,
album cover
but I don't think I remember the title.
It's him. It's orange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, oh my goodness. That is kind of how I started to love Khalid, because of course I heard Location, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Location. I liked Saturday Nights, but it was when he dropped that album in 2019 where I fully put him on my radar, because that album, it's like an experience. It pulled on my heartstrings. It's kind of it's a very introspective album. He's talking about losing someone, love, of course, but his voice is very like unique.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, his voice so beautiful. And those melodies on that album, oh gosh, I felt it. It's still in my rotation. Yeah. Hits from that album were Bad Luck. Actually, no, the biggest hit, it was Talk. Ooh, hit the mic. The biggest hit was Talk. Remember, Can We Just Talk? Yeah. But my favorites from the album is Right Back, Don't Pretend, 100, Alive. Yeah, you know what? Since we have some music, how about we show?
We show.
Show
and tell. Or listen and tell.
Listen and tell, yeah. Because I need you guys to understand what I mean by the melodies pulled on my heartstrings, okay? I won't be able to hear it, unfortunately. But, okay, let's play it. You hear that?
Yep.
I wish I could.
Play with that.
Let me see.
Try. Oh, not that one.
Not that one.
I meant the...
Which one, this?
The one your headphones are in.
Oh, this?
Yeah, that.
Oh. Oh, I can hear myself now.
Yay!
But I can't hear the music. Is it still playing?
It is still playing.
Okay, yeah. See, that's wow. Don't you feel that?
Yeah.
And now let me do one more. Oh. Hold on. Damn. Yeah, this is not letting me hear. This just made me able to hear myself a little bit.
But that's good. You should be able to hear yourself.
Yeah, but I still don't sound too loud, right?
I can hear very loud. I don't know why mine is so loud, but...
Okay. And one more. Don't Pretend. This one, starts off beautifully.
Yeah.
Like the guitar just, and then his the way he sings, the emotion, like, ooh. Anyways, we were on Khalid for a long time. We got a lot of people to talk about, so let's move on. Anyone else? Do you want to start off with?
That I listen
Or should I pick
to?
someone? Who?
You can pick.
Okay. Well, okay, since we're on the currents, let's go to Kehlani.
Kehlani.
So, Kehlani is a R&B artist, of course. And so for me, I started to listen to her in middle school.
Okay.
It was COVID, because 2020. And, I mean, Kehlani, she was on the radio. She was back when we used to listen to radio. She had Nights Like This.
Yeah.
Remember that one? So that was, I think, probably my first introduction to her with Nights Like This and Nunya. Also, she had Gangsta, which was on the track list of that movie. I think it was like the Harley Quinn movie.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah. So that was kind of like my first introduction. Do you remember your first Kehlani song you ever heard?
Probably Nights Like This.
Probably Nights Like This. Yeah, that's, I think to this day, that's probably her biggest hit. But then, While We Wait actually didn't drop in 2020, dropped in 2019. And it basically was definitely an R&B album. It had those very reminiscent feels of standard R&B, of course, because she was a newer age artist. There was some, drum patterns or such that kind of like was a little bit different, but like her voice, so it's like water and smooth. Like even her live, like she's on tour now, and I'm still mad that she bailed on Toronto, because just seeing all the live performances of her on TikTok, I'm like, her mic is on, and she sounds just as good as the studio versions. But then, this is my favorite project. While We Wait, I used to play Fortnite all day and listen to that. That's what I did in 2020. But my favorite tracks from that's Footsteps, Too Deep, Nights Like This, and RPG. So now in 2020, she released It Was Good Until It Wasn't, which was an album, and I had that on repeat too, because what could you do in COVID? Just be at home and do nothing. And so the album's songs from there that I like is Toxic, Can I, and Water. And it's just something about like her voice, her harmonies, her like it's like there needs to be more English words to describe.
I think those are like big characteristics of the genre, though, because it's very emotional, very sing-songy. They really highlight your voice.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why it's kind of turning into different directions, because I think the old heads of like I mean the old heads in the industry, not just your mom and dad, but the old heads in the industry, they like to say that nowadays anyone can make music. You don't have to know how to sing, and that's what's kind of taking away from R&B being like that emotional genre it was, because they are not singing. Like R&B used to be about like
that's a very
showing
distinct,
off your voice. So
characteristic of
exactly
R&B.
But you know, Kehlani is one of those newer age artists who still have a great voice, and recently she kind of diverged a little bit from R&B with Crash, which was kind of experimental, but then she heard the fans like, we want R&B, and then like the same year she released a part 2 to the beloved While We Wait. Remember I said While We Wait in COVID, so she released 2, While We Wait 2, because people were mad that she didn't do R&B. So, and that was good. Not as good as the first one, but it's good. And then on TikTok, she resurged in the media because, remember that guy?
That guy,
yeah.
Kehlani.
Yeah, Kehlani. Yeah, you know what I was talking about, that guy. And I don't want to pronounce his last name because I feel like I'm going to butcher it. But we do have to give him some recognition.
Yeah.
So I have it here. Hold on. Yes, okay. Jordan Edetunji. Hopefully I said that right. With Kehlani. And then she hopped on the remix. And then right now, her song Worst Behavior with K1. Yeah.
That's a good one.
You like it, right? What do you think about that one?
I think it's very like soothing. It's a good word to put it.
Sensual, soothing. K1 is an R&B artist also that's actually opening for her on her tour. So she's kind of helping her out. And K1 produced that beat too. So K1's also a good producer, and that's good. To see upcoming artists that are multi-talented. Okay, we can move on.
Okay.
I guess Bryson.
Sure.
So if we talk about Bryson, now we got to introduce the changes.
Okay. So let's talk about the hip-hopification of R&B.
Okay, because I know you did some research. So what do you think?
Research is a...
well, you brushed up on like the evolution, like things. You know, you brushed up on some things.
I guess like lyrically it changed a lot. We were talking about this before the episode, but I guess especially with like the R&B men, a lot of the older stuff that defined the genre to begin with, a lot of it was like love songs, lots of yearning, ballads,
longing.
They were really sweet, you know? And now the lyrics have shifted to more of what's in mainstream rap, but they kind of sing it. So it's R&B.
Yeah, exactly.
But is it?
Yeah. Exactly. And the reason why we had to sort of bring that up before talking about Bryson Tiller is because obviously the kind of overarching theme of this episode is how R&B changed. And Bryson Tiller is actually one of the main culprits of like popularizing a different sound in R&B. His breakout hit was definitely Don't. And then he released Trap Soul in 2015. And it's like right in the title of the album, he's making a new genre. It's Trap Soul, you know, it's R&B with these trap hip hop elements. And I mean, there were some people already kind of doing it, but he definitely popularized it. And artists that we know like Chris Brown, who also were doing like soothing ballad R&B songs, then kind of follow suit. And now like Chris Brown is definitely heavily in the mix of R&B mixing hip hop. But 2015, Trap Soul, you know, he was kind of also doing this rap and sing thing, because he also did like, he like raps his verses maybe and then sings his choruses, and like the vocal production is like a little bit more vocal processed with auto-tune and stuff like that. So he definitely was like a pioneer for kind of doing the damage to what R&B is now. Not like bad damage, but you know, damage towards the change. But his songs are good. I mean,
Yeah.
no one his style is unique and no one really does it like him. No one sounds like him. No one, and people try to copy upcoming R&B artists, try to sound like Bryson, but Bryson, he's just like one of a kind, you know? Yeah. And then he released Anniversary in 2020, which, wow, if you thought that Trap Soul was good, Anniversary is great too. So yeah, you can move on. Party Next Door. Yeah, you know, as I was like watching, like some videos to like on this topic of R&B, like people are calling like the current R&B artists like hookah R&B, like, which I think is just another way to say like alternative R&B. I think a lot of these new age R&B artists, you can't just call them R&B. You're gonna have to call them alternative R&B.
Yeah, when I was doing research for like, honestly, this show has made me be a lot more, pay more attention to genres. I guess make sure I'm getting the genres correct. You know, and a lot of the newer R&B sounds, I would look up, is this R&B? And then they'd be like, it's alternative R&B. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what you have to call it because it's not like taking. Yeah, it's not traditional. Yeah, it's not traditional, conventional. But Party Next Door is another one where you'd have to say alternative R&B because, of course, he has a lot of hip hop elements in his sound. A lot of it is just deeper, darker sounding R&B, you know. So Party Next Door is a Canadian artist hailing from Toronto. He's signed to Drake's OVO label. And it says here, he's known for blending R&B, hip hop, and Caribbean influences into a unique atmospheric sound. His breakout moment was when he made a splash in 2013 with his debut album Party Next Door, self-titled. He kind of has this thing where he does self-titled albums, which feature tracks like Break from Toronto, hey, Welcome to the Party, and Relax with Me. So yeah, I mean, he definitely is somebody who has had a slow rise to the industry. I think Party Next Door 4, people really enjoyed. That album cover we will not speak of. And, you know, he's teaming up with Drake. And did you know the new album that him and Drake just released, Some Sexy Songs for You, on Valentine's Day, broke a record for the most streamed R&B album on Apple Music history. I was like, huh? Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I can see that though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hype. That's crazy. For that to be in the category of winning an R&B award, and then that's kind of like it's kind of not really how R&B.
Yeah, it was like half R&B.
It's like half R&B. Yeah. I mean, I guess R&B is changing, so it's R&B, but it's not
alternative R&B.
It's alternative R&B. There you go. But that's insane, and for Drake to win that too. Wow, he's versatile. I mean, he's always done rap and hip hop and pop and you name it, Spanish apparently. But good for Party Next Door to be breaking records. Okay, well that's an older one. Let's see what newer one you might want to talk about or current. Is there anyone?
Your list has so many people.
The Weeknd. I said I didn't really want to talk about Summer Walker. Okay, let's talk about some Summer Walker. Let me see where my notes for Summer is. Okay, I didn't write them, so I wanted to go off the top of the head. Summer Walker. She is a R&B artist. Yes, she is.
Yep.
She does have some of her more soulful songs, but I think her most popular ones aren't the soulful songs. Her most popular ones are the alternative.
Alternative.
We're gonna say it. We need an alternative word counter. How many times did to say that? But in 2019, she released Over It. And wow, a lot of good music came out around COVID time, because this is another one that I played so much, and to this day, like, I still play them. We still play the music we listened to in COVID. Yeah. But Over It featured songs like Body, Playing Games featuring Bryson Tiller, Potential, Tonight. And the thing I noticed about Summer Walker, did you listen to some of her new
I have listened to some of her before.
Yeah. What I realized is that even though she can sing, especially on this Over It album, she has, the way she did her vocals is a little bit of autotune. And like, which perfected the sound. I think it's really good. It makes it really crisp in your ears. I might play some for a bit to show you what I mean. And then she had Still Over It, which came out, what year did that come out? 2021. And the next album, can you guess what it's called?
No, what was it called?
It's going to be called Finally Over It. I thought she was already over it.
That's perfect. That's so iconic.
I thought she was already over it. But anyways, yeah, so Still Over It, very good. She was showing her voice a little bit more, less of the autotune effects she did sort of in 2019. I guess it's kind of like taking on with the times, though, because we had like Bryson Tiller and doing the R&B with the autotune and the, you know. But yeah, let me show you what I mean. Okay. This one is going to do it. And actually, I'm playing Potential by Summer Walker. This is actually the sample of that song on Kehlani. I like the way your body is. This is the sample. Summer Walker Potential. Okay, let's start it. Here we go.
Can you hear it?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It is the sample.
It is the sample, yeah.
That's something they do a lot. They sample each other, and it's very cool.
Yeah. I love samples. I love recognizing a sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can kind of hear it. Let's go to the chorus or the verse. Now you can hear it. You can hear her voice, but there's like, it's very like tuned.
Like
perfectly.
It's processed.
Yeah, it's processed.
But
yeah.
it's cool. It's like
But
using
it
your
sounds
voice
really
as an
nice.
instrument.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I love, that's my favorite part about autotune, when the artist uses it as an instrument instead of just using it. Like, they are very intentional with how they're using it and why they're using it. But yeah. So
Every time you touch your phone, there's like a little.
okay, let me turn it off then.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm just gonna,
It's fine.
just in case,
It's quiet.
like, actually, let me open up the soundboard in case I want to use that, because we gotta use that, you know what I mean? So, okay. What should we do now? Should we talk a little bit Chris Brown? Because he's newer, older, and then we can go into older after Chris Brown.
Okay.
Okay. So Chris Brown, he was a child sensation, 16, and he was looking up to the likes of Michael Jackson and Usher, which is why, you know, he learned how to dance and do all those stuff. I want to talk about his notable releases. So in 2007, Chris Brown released Graffiti, with hits like Take You Down and With You. With you, with you, with you, with you, with you. Do you remember that?
No, but you sang that really well.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, With You is a prime example of how men used to sing in R&B. I want to be with you because love's all over the world tonight. Do you think they're ever going to sing like that again? They used to be in love. They used to be longing. They used to be paying respects to women. And now, but yeah, 2009, and then I think this is skipping some albums. Hold on, let me go check. Make sure we're not skipping the notable ones. Ooh, he has a lot of music. Oh gosh. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so yeah, I did miss one. So I want to talk about 2004. His first album, I think, was Chris Brown, self-titled, and Say Goodbye. That's on that album. Another one where he is talking about breaking up with a girl, but at least it's like it's still nicer. And as I said, he taked on from the likes of Usher, and And Say Goodbye kind of sounds like Burn by Usher. So I wanted to show that. And then we'll show like a more current, or kind of how his sound changed, because in 2015, same year that it might have been 2016, 2015, I don't know if that's correct, but around there he released Fan of a Fan, which is like a collab album with Tyga. And you remember who else dropped in that time? Bryson Tiller. And that's when we got songs like Ayo. Do you know that? Ayo. Well, he was now doing like hip hop. He was collabing with a rapper, making those party anthems. We're no longer doing sultry songs. We're now doing upbeat, in the club songs, right? So I want to just show you that transformation. So here is Say Goodbye.
Oh yeah, I have heard this.
I'm just gonna pretend I can hear it.
Oh, you still can't hear it.
I'm imagining. I think I'm bobbing my head to the right tune, right?
Yeah.
Because I know it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me skip to the chorus. Okay, we go. What a great song to make when you're that young, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the reason why I compared it to Burn, and Burn came first by Usher, by the way, but you can see, even from the beginning monologue, same thing. He also does a talking monologue in the beginning. And the guitar is kind of similar, like, vibe, right?
Yeah.
See? So they were following suit. They were all kind of doing that same sort of thing, you know? And this is also, the themes is the same. Say Goodbye is about, girl, I'm sorry, you have to say goodbye. And Burn is about, girl, I'm sorry, you have to let it burn. So, yeah.
That's really, like, part of music, though.
Yeah.
That's how you learn music. You just listen to something and then either play it, like learn how to play it, or you make a song similar to it.
Yeah, I mean, Breakins said a quote. Not me mentioning Breakins, but his quote was, "The good artists are the ones that notice." You know,
Or
so
the
they're
best
noticing,
artists
or the best
steal.
artists. Oh, the best artists steal. Yes. Woo! No, we don't promote stealing.
No, it's inspiration.
It's inspiration, exactly. Without any lawsuits. So yeah, and then that's how Chris Brown started off singing, but let's check out the kind of R&B that he has been making as of late. So again, 2015, and we got to make sure there's no swearing in there. Yes. So let me maybe go to YouTube and let's get
The clean version.
Ayo clean. Okay. You hearing that ad?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You hearing it? What's playing the chorus? Or?
I have heard this song.
Yeah. And, another one is, let's see. I mean, we know No Guidance. I don't have to play No Guidance, but now you guys have an image of, like, he went from ballad to, you know, not a ballad. But it's not to say that he totally went away from the genre, though. Now he's kind of doing a mixture of both. I mean, one of his biggest hits today is off of his newer album in 2024, 11/11, Residuals. Have you heard that one?
No.
Tell me who's getting all of my residuals.
Nice.
Yeah. But wow, those lyrics, I just realized that's a ballad. That's a girl, I miss you, I'm yearning and longing for you song.
Yeah.
So good on him for coming back to the roots, because we need it to come. We need R&B to come back. It's going too far away. We got to bring it back a little bit. So it's good for that. But yeah, we talked a little bit about Usher. I guess we can sort of now make our ways into the older ones.
Older?
Yeah, so after Usher, who do you want to talk about?
Can we talk about Destiny's Child and Beyonce?
Sure. So let me do a quick Usher, since we
Yeah, talk about Usher, actually.
Yeah, so Usher, his early career, so he released tracks like You Remind Me and You Got It Bad on his album 8701. And then in 2004, solidified his place in R&B as an R&B legend, featuring hits like Yeah, Burn, as we played for you just now, and Confessions Part 2. Confessions explored themes of heartbreak, betrayal, and vulnerability, which resonated with audiences and cemented his status as one of the leading figures in R&B. It's crazy that Yeah came out before I was born, but I remember hearing it on the radio.
Because they replay that.
Yeah, like, wow. And that was probably 2010 to 2012. And I remember dancing to that song in a talent show at summer camp. But anyway, yeah, so he kind of obviously started with the ballad, and then he went into sort of like a club electronic music sort of era with the Raymond versus Raymond album, with songs like Hey Daddy and OMG featuring Will.i.am, and DJ Got Us Falling in Love. DJ Got Us Falling in Love again. So he kind of, transitioned his music also. And his top songs, I think, are like... his top songs is Yeah and DJ Got Us Falling in Love. So people loved that, like when he transitioned into the dance music. My Boo is also a good one from him. And then, of course, in 2020, well, what year was it? Which year did he perform? Yes, 2024, he performed Super Bowl. And then he also released an album after not releasing music for a while because, of course, attention was on him. So it was perfect time to capitalize on dropping an album. And I listened to it. Did I ever listen to it again after first listen? No. But I can't remember particularly, but I don't think he was like trying to fit in with the new kids and make like a... No. I think it was, typical Usher.
I think even with like the classic R&B songs, a lot of them, there was obviously the ballads, but a lot of them also like explored with the more dancey sounds. Yeah. And I think that was like a notable, I guess, change. It's pretty difficult to... it's not difficult, but I think something that a lot of artists have been is like boxed into categories.
Yeah. I know I couldn't hear myself. Anyways, keep going.
Okay. Like sometimes certain artists and groups were lumped into the R&B category when their genre wasn't quite R&B, but everywhere, even if you Google it, everywhere, they're called R&B. So that's just something to know.
Yeah, like SZA, you were saying.
I was saying, like, I was looking it up. SZA apparently does not like being called an R&B artist because she makes more than that. And she doesn't want to be lumped and boxed into a certain category. Because people, it happens. Even on Spotify, which is like the number one, number two, whatever, streaming platform of music.
And that album, SOS, R&B record, but yeah. Yeah, she's definitely...
She wants her R&B projects to be just projects. Yeah. And she's not...
Well, she may be primarily, but she wants to be recognized for her versatility.
Yeah, for more. Exactly.
Yeah. They do often box in, especially Black artists. They will just look at you, not even think about or listen, but because they just see you, they'll just automatically put you there. So that makes a lot of sense. Damn, we got to move on to older, but okay, Jhené Aiko. Oh my God, her voice is like so smooth.
It's smooth.
Oh gosh, her
voice.
I
love like the twinkles.
Yes.
Production.
Shout out Pisces season. But yeah, Jhené Aiko, Above and Beyond. Oh my gosh, hold on.
Oh wow,
hold on, guys.
We're taking our time with this episode.
Yeah. Okay.
I like this pace though.
Sail Out. I first heard her on Post to Be featuring Chris Brown and Omarion. If you're going close to me, he ain't going home where he supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. I don't know if you heard that one. And then, on 2013 album Sail Out, The Worst, that was like a hit from that. 2013, me listening to that song, very good though. But yeah, right now songs from that album are still catching wave. People are listening to Bed Peace on TikTok, and Trip in 2017, songs like Never Call Me and While We're Young. And people also categorize Janae Aiko as this like hookah R&B. I guess what they mean is like, it's not the soulful R&B, it's the R&B you sit back and smoke. That's what they kind of mean by that.
Yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah, you get the, but yeah, and then okay, let's get into a little bit of old stuff. You wanted to talk about Destiny's Child and Beyonce, so we'll start off with Destiny's Child and Beyonce. So I don't have notes on Beyonce because I think I did. I have notes. I don't have notes on Destiny's Child. So how about you start off with that?
I just wanted to say that that's what I grew up on. So
yeah,
that's all I wanted to say. Mainly, I just think you should re-listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Specifically, Say My Name and
Say My Name,
Survivor
say my name,
and Bills.
Mine is around you. Say, baby, I love you, and I'm saying yeah. Yeah, Beyonce, of course, coming from Destiny's Child into her solo career and redefining pop and R&B. Beyonce has become an international superstar. And Lemonade should have won Album of the Year. We don't talk about that, but 2016. And wow, I grew up to listen to Beyonce. Best Thing I Never Had. What goes around comes back around. Yeah, my baby. Ooh. And I still listen to that song. Ooh. Yeah, oh. Yeah, I miss that Beyonce. I miss the early Irreplaceable. To the left. Like, I miss that Beyonce. Oh, it hit. Yeah, I didn't. Anyways, let's not talk about her other non-R&B stuff because we got
This
more.
Is the R&B
and Halo. Halo. Ooh, that R&B, that Beyonce. Ooh, I love that Beyonce. So okay, we got some notable people. I wrote the notable people. Let's see who's important. Aaliyah. If we talk about Beyonce, we could talk about Aaliyah. I've been listening to. Don't do that.
No.
Guys, we know. Hopefully you know. But Aaliyah, I've been listening to her music a lot lately, like with Try Again, and One in a Million, Miss You, Rock the Boat. But people like to say she could have been as big as Beyonce if she was still alive. Rest in peace. She passed away in 2001. But Aaliyah's a great artist. Please go listen to her. She's amazing. So much things you discover going into old R&B. So many great artists in there. Neo. Have you ever listened to Neo?
Probably.
Oh my god.
Not recently,
Neo.
but yeah.
Yeah, Neo, another prominent R&B artist with So Sick, Sexy Love, Miss Independent, Mad, and Closer. He's another ballad artist that gave us these great ballads. And actually, we do have, for the first time, a audience hot take.
Yeah.
So, let's go to that. Miss Lauryn Hill is the R&B legend. Oh.
You know what? I kind of agree.
Oh, snap. Wow.
Miss Lauryn Hill is iconic.
Yeah.
Her song has been sampled so many times.
Yeah, her songs have been sampled so many times. In particular, Drake sampled X Factor on Nice for What. people have sampled Ready or Not multiple times. And I'm sorry, but The Weeknd and Metro Boomin's Creepin', I hated that song. I don't like it, and they could have kept it because there's already a million sampled versions of Ready or Not. Like, they didn't need to do it. It was huge, though. Creepin' was huge. But yeah, Lauryn Hill, she's
Lauryn
great.
Hill.
She's an example of blending rap and singing. She can sing and she can rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Even like if you listen to it, I know we were talking about how some of the guys infuse the trap in there.
Mm-hmm.
She puts beats on the R&B songs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was her herself, probably some team, but
Yeah. As for hot takes, I mean, I don't think we can keep talking about the artists. We don't need to get into hot takes because we kind of already said, like, Bryson Tiller, man, he affected the game. Chris Brown moved away. We need them to come back. They stopped singing about longing. We already kind of said it. So if there's anyone else who we feel like it's important, okay, Mariah Carey. Oh, I love me some Mariah Carey.
yeah.
Fun fact, if my mom wanted me to be quiet as a baby, for some reason, if she put on Mariah Carey music, I would shut up. So,
Wow.
yes. And my favorite album by her is Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. She is like, what's like the highest pitch of singing? Like Ariana Grande? Like, what do you call that
I
again?
don't even know.
You call it like, because you know, alto is the low.
Alto.
Who's the high? But you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, they're the highest pitch of singing, essentially. Mariah Carey, she's in that highest range of vocal range. And so she kind of like pioneered the whistle notes. That's, you know, Ariana
whistle
Grande takes on her from the whistle notes. And wow, go listen to Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. That's my favorite album. And even all of her, like right now on TikTok, My All is blowing up. I give my all to have. That one.
I don't know if I'm
Just
on
one more
Mariah
night
Carey
with you.
TikTok, but
Mariah Carey TikTok. Michael Jackson, I mean, they call him the king of pop, but of course, as one of the biggest artists in the world, he has influenced R&B. So let's move on. The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
We're going to do this quick one.
He's very poppy now.
Yeah, he's
but
poppy now. Early days, it was that dark R&B, deep R&B. But right now, he's in his dance pop era. Anyways, moving on. Mary J. Blige. She's known as the queen of hip-hop soul. She fused R&B, soul, and hip-hop in raw emotional depth. Her album My Life in 1994 became a classic, while songs like Be Without You and Family Affair solidified her place as an R&B legend. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Honestly, now I'm going to look at my list again. There's some like newer people I've discovered. One, Pimmy from on Drake's new album. She's amazing. And then Clara Lasan, who people already know In This Darkness from TikTok. But like I listened to her albums. I didn't know she had albums. Made Mistakes, that album, and Good Morning, so amazing. But yeah, gosh, so many people. There's Justin Timberlake, there's Miguel, there's Jasmine Sullivan, there's Mario, there's Keisha Cole, I think I just said that. There's Leon Thomas from Victorious.
Yeah,
he's making big waves
everything.
in R&B. Yeah. He's doing it big.
Yeah.
He wrote Snooze for SZA. Well, he didn't write it for SZA, but he wrote it. And I think he wrote it and produced it.
Okay. Both.
Yeah. And then he has his own R&B album, Mutt. People are loving that one. But he's bringing back old school. I mean, it's a little bit old school. It's a little bit more, it's also alternative, but it's a little bit more closer to old school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frank Ocean, when is he coming back? But we all know and love Frank Ocean. Brent Faiyaz. He is a very unique singer as well. Very soft. You know, I think I remember watching a video where like he was a rapper at first and then found out he could sing. How do you find out you have that angelic voice? How do you just find that out? Can I find that out, please? Can I just find that out?
Just an epiphany.
It's an epiphany. Six Lack or Black. Ty Dolla $ign. Roy Woods also signed to OVO. I think he should be bigger. He has a great voice. Go listen to Roy Woods. Great voice. Tory Lanez. Ella Mai. Oh, I have that. Oh. Ella Mai should be huge. Her voice is amazing. Ella Mai should be huge. Boot Up was her biggest song, but listen to her album Heart on My Sleeve. Please, can we blow up LMA? She's gonna keep us in R&B. She's gonna bring us back. I'm gonna believe it. LMA, please, okay. No, she's amazing, and this is my hot take. Like, oh, LMA, can we make her big, please, again? Like, she's so good. Listen to that album. Her, she's so talented. Cool. Yeah, so cool. All these instruments, producing, singing.
Sick.
She has a low tone, low female tone. My favorite songs by her is Damage and Could Have Been, featuring Bryson Tiller. Mooney Long. Mooney Long is a newer R&B artist that blew up. Remember, Nobody Knows Me I Like You. No, remember that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Mooney Long. So some R&B is kind of trying to come up, but we're not paying attention enough. We're not grasping it like we're doing the pop girlies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not grasping it. Maybe, I mean, with the world, how the world works, everything comes back in style.
Yeah,
so
I think it's just
we gotta wait.
How calm R&B is. It's like very, you know, you have to be in the mood for it, you know?
I mean, there's some upbeat, and that's why they used to...
Yeah, that's why alternative R&B is doing so well right now.
There actually used to be a trend in the old days. That's what they used to do. They used to do R&B, and then they used to get a rapper. So it used to be a time where you have your R&B artist, and you get your rapper. And then that's how they made the... Yeah.
See, it all circles back.
Yeah, Sade, she's amazing. She gives me very jazz. Anita Baker, big influence. Janet Jackson, even though she's part of the pop world, but just like her brother, she also influenced R&B. Jasmine Sullivan, please listen to Lions and Tigers and Bears. Nelly Furtado, a little bit. I've been listening to her a lot recently. Her Loose album is a little bit more R&B, even though she does pop stuff. Say It Right, Promiscuous, featuring Timberland. Wait For You, All Good Things Come to an End. JoJo, Rihanna, some R&B in the early days, but she was really on her dance music stuff. We got 2 minutes. I think I did good. I mean,
you did good.
I think I did good. Yeah, there's so Stevie many. Wonder. I have to do a speed run. Mario, Brandy, TLC, Monica. But next episode, I think we should do Underground Rap, since it was the second most voted one.
They were pretty much tied. I think it was just one other person. Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Definitely catch us next Monday for Underground Rap, The Lights of Ken Carson, Sofego, Yeet, you name it. And we had fun. What do you say?
I shouted out earlier, but shout out Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Because he's a legend.
And Marvin Gaye, you want to talk about him?
And Marvin Gaye.
Yep.
Shout out Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. And follow us on Instagram at Rhythm and Rant. You can leave your own anonymous hot takes for us to discuss if you are passionate about any of the genres we talk about. Also, we have our YouTube channel, Rhythm and Rant, if you missed the live or you want to rewatch something. We also post our clips on TikTok.
We're so active now.
We're just so active, bro. Anyways, guys, I've been Tamir. That's been Madison.